So, time to take you through the grid for the final for X30 Master Senior Cup. And gentlemen, on pole position, it's Jim Ringelberg in the number 447. Nick Smith in the 610, leading the Senior Cup Brigade. Line up alongside on the front row. Pierre Michalski and Anthony Moon will be on row 2. Noah Mengel and Delano Deckers row 3. Mathieu Delboeuf and Mark Smith round out row number 4. Brian Kroon and Ian Linesfeld round out the top 10. Thierry Del Rey and Tom Pozzi. Quentin Henry, the leading gentleman, starts in 13th. Alongside him will be Francois Xavier Venet. Kian Verheul, Vincenzo Schilacci round out row number 8. Head of Nicolas Chapelle and Martin Habet. Benjamin Mardine and Summer Webb round out the top 20 and completing the 27-strong grid. Oliver Fay, Hughes de Schepper, Javi Hansen, Tom Schultz, Psycho Van Hoorn, Junior Jomot and Michael Honey. 14 minutes on the timer, plus an additional lap. And what's more, Jim Ringelberg has been an unstoppable tour de force like he has been over the last few years, and that looks set to continue. We head on to what will be our official formation lap here at Karting Genk, as this will be the last time these drivers will need to circumnavigate themselves around this 1,360 metre clockwise 12-turn circuit before we return back to Marienburg in a couple of months' time. And more to the point, Jim Ringelberg might have to watch out not just for Nick Smith, also for a lightning-fast Frenchman in the form of Pierre Michalski, who starts right behind him on the inside of row number 2. It's going to be down to Ringelberg and Smith to control the pace. The sunshine has been with us pretty much for the majority of the day. Quite a lot of cloud cover, but not enough for it to really threaten proceedings here at Genk. Drivers make their way slowly through at turn number 10 at Cafeteria Corner, just off of the grandstand. And they'll go through turn 11. And instead of that will be the podium, where we'll be handing out our trophies very, very shortly. So we are ready and set to get racing one more time with these drivers. They head through the 12th and final corner. It's now about who can put their best foot forward and who's going to leave here with their head held high. Into the tram lines we go. Red lights on the gantry. Revs rise. Lights are out. Good start by the inside row as Nick Smith has been hung out a little bit to dry. Pierre Michalski has made it through into second position. Oh, 2 at the back end of the field. Might have been Honey and Jomot having a little bit of a tussle coming out of turn number 2. And they both go slightly wide. But Ringelberg trying to get an early lead. Hard on the brakes was Michalski into turn number 6. 2 wide towards the back end of the field. Nearly 3 abreast at the back of the field. Remember, folks, in the last heats, of the last race, these drivers decided to go 4 wide down the Europelan. I'm glad they've seen a bit more common sense since that one, Simon, but Jim Ringelberg is trying to stretch a lead early doors, but Pierre Michalski is really hunting down the Dutchman at the front end of the field.
Oui, le meilleur des départs pris par Jim Ringelberg. Il a pu conserver sa première place derrière le très bon départ de Pierre Michalski, le pilote français qui partait depuis la 3e position. Il a donc gagné cette place grâce à un bon départ. Et on se souvient que durant la 2e manche qualificative, Pierre Michalski avait été particulièrement bien dans le rythme. Il s'était imposé devant Jim Ringelberg d'ailleurs. Et cette bagarre pour la victoire au classement général pourrait faire un bien fou à Pierre Michalski. Il ne s'est pas encore imposé cette saison dans cette catégorie X30 Senior Cup. C'est l'occasion de le faire, mais attention parce que derrière, Nick Smith n'a pas encore dit son dernier mot. On a un groupe de tête qui tend à se créer ici avec 3 pilotes, voire 4 ou 5 qui sont regroupés là avec derrière Nick Smith, Noah Mengel et Mathieu Delboeuf. Mathieu Delboeuf, le leader du championnat qui manque un tout petit peu de rythme depuis le début de ce week-end pour revendiquer les avant-postes. Ce sera peut-être pour cette finale. En attendant, Noah Mengel passe devant Nick Smith. Noah Mengel qui était déjà monté sur le podium ici il y a un mois. Il est en mesure, vu ce qu'il montre ici, il est en mesure d'aller peut-être chercher une victoire. On se souvient que durant la 2e manche qualificative, il n'était pas parti depuis la pole position. Il était parti de plus loin, ce qui l'avait handicapé, mais c'est sûr qu'il a le rythme. C'est lui qui avait signé le meilleur tour des essais qualificatifs. Et donc très clairement, Noah Mangal est dans le coup ce week-end et il le prouve encore. La victoire pour la finale, Alex, promet d'être très très disputée.
Yes, this is going to be a close one to call here, Simon. As Nick Smith still keeping in touch with Noah Mangal. He's got Mathieu Delboeuf right behind. Delano Decker's being closed in on by Brian Kroon, who's moved up 2 positions already. So Brian Kroon, the 494, running with DFK, running on the Falcon chassis, representing the Netherlands. And Brian Kroon, he's lost a position to Anthony Moon in the meantime. Francois Xavier Venet has already sprung up 5 places over the opening 3 laps, now runs 9th. Thierry Del Rey has got past Leon Leinsveld. And there's going to be a change for second. Noah Mangal up the inside of Pierre Machalski. Great little move there by the 688 from RSD Karting, running on the Cosmic chassis. And now that puts him up to second. But whilst they've been battling, whilst they've been squabbling, looks like it's going to be another change. Machalski gets the place back. And Mangal tries the old switch. And up the inside, tries to go one of the karts. Mathieu Delboeuf on Nick Smith, as here comes Anthony Moon and Delano Deckers, Brian Kroon, and also Francois Xavier Venet. 5-second time penalty has just been given out.
Le numéro 602, c'est Tom Scholz.
Oh, okay, Tom Scholz all the way down in 24th. But Pierre Machalski, all I'm going to say is it's going to be a war of overtaking attacks here. And now Noah Mangal back up the inside of Machalski. This is allowing Ringelberg to run away. And Ringelberg's got over 1.1 second advantage. Brian Kroon finds himself ahead of Delano Deckers. There's a little bit of a gap between him, well, from Nick Smith and Mathieu Delboeuf, the gap is around about 4 tenths, maybe not even that. Then a further 3 tenths back to Anthony Moonen, then a 1/10.5 back to Brian Kroon. So the margins are minimal at best. But this is what you want to see. You want to see this cat and mouse game here in the final. And it sort of gives you goosebumps and the hair's standing on the back of my neck because, we don't know what's going to happen. Ringelberg's now got a 1.4 second advantage. If he is 2.5 seconds ahead by 6 minutes to go, what Noah Mangal and Pierre Machalski need to do is start pumping in those qualifying style laps. That's what they need to do. Okay, they will indirectly work with each other, not directly work with each other because they're not in the same stable. They're not in the same awning. But if you have multiple karts making light work, many hands make light work, as the saying says. Many karts will make it easier if you're at the back of a train because you're going to get plenty of slipstream, especially coming out of turn 12, down into turns 1 and 2, then onto the Udderplan through turns 6 and 7. You will get a pretty good advantage. You may gain a 1/10 or 2 in terms of the slipstream, but that depends on how many karts are in front of you.
Ouais, la finale qui se poursuit avec Jim Ringelberg qui continue de creuser l'écart en tête. Nouveau meilleur tour en course pour ce pilote engagé en X30 Master 55-505. Derrière lui, c'est la victoire en Senior Cup qui se joue et les places sur le podium. Également, on a vu Noah Mangal prendre le leadership de cette catégorie des 18-29 ans.
Oh,
et derrière,
big
l'accrochage avec Mathieu Delboeuf et Pierre Machalski. Oh, que c'est dommage pour le pilote français. Il était retombé à la 3e place avec le dépassement de Noah Mangal. Et puis, il était en bagarre notamment avec Nick Smith et Mathieu Delboeuf. Et ça s'est mal terminé entre ces deux-là. Malheureusement, c'est terminé pour les espoirs de bons résultats de Pierre Machalski qui avait pourtant la pointe de vitesse. Et regardez,
big into the back. 4 karts involved at the back of turn 12. And that's going to involve, who else? Leon Leinsveld, Martin Hebert, Tom Potty. Oh my God, and Vincenzo Schilacci also involved in the crossfire. Brian Kroon also, I think, got caught up. And there is a big old clean-up operation. And I've just seen, I think it's 625 Tom Potty sitting on the bank, outside of turn number 12. Yeah, I also noticed that Pierre Michalski's steering was broken on contact, and the left wheel was pointing left, right wheel was pointing right, and Michalski could not get, well, it looks like he's got that going again, but we've got yellow flags at Marshall post 7. Great work by the Marshals again. They've got the carts out of the way very, very quickly. A very, very big thank you to the Marshals. They have done superlative work this weekend, and there's more elbows out here, as that is Mark Smith through on Anthony Moonen through at turn number 3. It is just really gotten towards the end of the race day, and we've just seen, I think, a lot of risk versus reward trying to happen, and it hasn't quite worked out the way people might have thought.
Il s'en est passé des choses dans ces dernières minutes avec un gros accrochage dans le peloton au niveau du dernier virage. Pendant ce temps-là, eh bien, il y a eu juste avant l'accrochage avec Pierre Michalski et Mathieu Delboeuf, ce qui veut dire que la hiérarchie a totalement été revue avec derrière le top 3 Ringelberg, Mangal, Smith, François, Xavier Venet en 4e position. Magnifique remontée de la part du pilote français qui avait été contraint à l'abandon dans la manche qualificative numéro 2. Ça veut dire qu'il a pu garder un petit peu ses pneumatiques un peu plus frais. Peut-être. Dylan de Deckers, lui, est 5e, 6e position pour Mark Smith désormais. Et Anthony Moonen pointe à la 7e position. Et derrière, c'est Thierry Delray là, qui se classe 8e pour l'instant. Mathieu Delboeuf étant retombé à la 9e place. Mais il s'en est passé effectivement des choses dans cet accrochage, dans ces derniers tours, avec plusieurs pilotes contraints à l'abandon. Martin Hebet, Tom Potty, Nicolas Chapelle également. Derrière, on est reparti avec le reste du peloton. Pierre Michalski a pu repartir également. Leon Leinsveld avait été aussi tout un temps impliqué dans un accrochage. Mais décidément, cette finale Master Senior Cup est vraiment très animée. À l'image, on a François-Xavier Venet, Dylan O'Deckers, et ce n'est peut-être pas terminé. Il reste encore 4 minutes, un peu plus même, et un tour dans cette finale. Alors au niveau des classements, Jim Ringelberg lui est en tête de la classe X30 Master. Le deuxième pilote c'est Mark Smith et en 3e position Thierry Delray. On a perdu aussi quelques places pour Brian Quone qui était bien dans le coup en début de course et qui a perdu aussi des positions dans l'aventure. Il est retombé désormais au 15e rang général.
Yeah, Brian Kroon, I think, got caught up as a unwilling participant. We've also lost Leon Leinsveld in the 682. So we're down to 23 runners and riders with 3.5 minutes remaining on the timer. Still the battle wages on between François-Xavier Venet, who has been on fire in this final. Up 10 places from 14th on the grid, runs 4th overall. We've also had, I think, Oliver Fay drop down to 20th in the 660. Jim Ringelberg, I did say he needed to have at least a 2-second gap by the 6-minute mark. It was 1.7. It's now 2 seconds. However, Noah Mengal is slightly slower through the opening sector than Ringelberg, and also the driver about 4 tenths behind him, Nick Smith. Through sector 2, Ringelberg was quickest. Sector 1, Ringelberg was quickest. Gap now expands to 2.1 seconds with 2.5 minutes to go as Delano Deckers still trying to put the frighteners on François-Xavier Venet. And that is the battle for 4th. They've got Mark Smith hot on their heels and on their coattails at the minute.
2 minutes 20 encore au chronomètre et la victoire qui se profile pour Jim Ringelberg dans la catégorie X30 Master. La victoire qui se présente aussi pour Noah Mangal qui fait bel et bien de la résistance par rapport à Nick Smith dans la catégorie X30 Senior Cup avec un peu plus de 5 dixièmes d'avance sur son plus proche rival Noah Mangal à savoir Nick Smith. Et derrière pour la troisième place dans cette catégorie Senior Cup, la quatrième du général. On se dirige vers une bagarre entre François-Xavier Venet, pour l'instant quatrième, Dylan Odecker cinquième et Mark Smith qui lui est engagé en master. Et donc la troisième place pour la Senior Cup, ce sera entre François-Xavier Venet et Dylano Deckers. 1 minute 30 et un tour encore à parcourir dans cette finale.
Right, Tom Schultz has been given a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. 5.98, Quentin Henry, one of the gentleman drivers, has been given a 3-second time penalty for 2 wheels outside of the tram lines. The battle for 4th place continues onwards, but more importantly, this is 3rd in Senior Cup. François-Xavier Venet holding off Dylano Deckers, holding off Mark Smith, who is actually running in Masters. He's currently 2nd in that class, ahead of Anthony Moonen. Thierry Del Rey has been slowly but steadily making his way up the order. He's now up to 8th, 3rd in Masters when it comes to classification. 8 seconds off of the race leader. And, well, Dylano Deckers has finally pulled the trigger and got through on François-Xavier Venet for 3rd in Senior Cup as they make their way at breakneck speed into turn number 6. Back onto the Europlan we go once again. Jim Ringelberg is now making his way through out of turn number 8 and now into the left-hander at turn number 9. Going to be to the wire on this one, whether Ringelberg is going to make it for another 2 laps or whether it's going to be 1. He's just come out of turn 11 and he's now making his way through 12. This is going to be close. This is going to be down to the wire. 5, 4, 3 seconds. Ringelberg puts us on to the penultimate lap of the race. So 2 to go, and Ringelberg running consistently in the low 55.6s, having a 2.2 second advantage over Noah Mengal. Meantime, we concentrate back on the battle for 4th place. Dylano Deckers, François-Xavier Venet and Mark Smith. That is the battle for 4th overall. More importantly, the battle between Deckers and Venet is for 3rd in Senior Cup. Leader now making his way through turn 8 once again here on lap number 16 out of 17. So we've lost Olivier Fait on lap 10, Leon Leinsfeld lap 9, Nicolas Chapelle lap 7, Martin Hebet and Tom Petit unfortunately out on lap number 7 towards the end of it. But here we go, last lap. Jim Ringelberg looks over his right shoulder, sees that Noah Mengal is nowhere to be found and was probably coming out of the final corner as he crossed the line. 2.2 seconds back is Noah Mengal, who looks to be very close to picking up the Senior Cup victory in this round of the championship. But Dylano Deckers still holding on ahead of François-Xavier Venet. Mark Smith 2nd in Masters 6 overall. And there is Anthony Moonen trying to chase him down. But Ringelberg is on absolute fire. The 447 from the Netherlands out of turn 9, looks over the right shoulder, knows that he can breathe a sigh of relief right about now. One more corner, and that's it. Job done. Turns it in to the right-hand side. Powers out of the final corner. He's celebrating already. Pats the sideboard. Ringelberg wins round 4. And Mengal wins round 4 for Masters and Senior Cup respectively. Nick Smith and Dylano Deckers ran out the top 4, and more importantly, the top 3 in Senior Cup provisionally. François-Xavier Venet was one step away until Deckers denied him. Venet finishes 5th ahead of Mark Smith. 2nd in the Masters class. Anthony Moonen and Thierry Del Rey round out the top 8 positions ahead of Mathieu Delboeuf and Benjamin Mardin, who rounds out the top 3 in the top 4 in the Masters classification. Jan Verheul, Jarvi Hansen, Brian Kroon, Junior Jamot and Michael Honnet round out the top 15. The last 2 each were on the back of the grid, and they've made up 12 places apiece. Well done, gents. Vincenzo Schilacci, Summer Webb, Saiko Van Hoorn, who made up 7 places from 25th to finish 18th, with Quentin Henry. Pierre Machowski managed to get the kart home in 20th after that incident. at turn 7 earlier on that damaged the front end of the 655, with Hughes de Schepper and Tom Schultz rounding out the finishing runners in that after 17 laps. Olivier Van Fit we lost on lap 10, Leon Leisvelt lap 9, Nicolas Chappelle lap 7, with Hebet and Potty out on lap 6. Ringelberg takes victory in Masters, Mengal in Senior Cup, and Henri in Gentlemen. Honnet in Gentlemen. That is your provisional winners for the X30 Master Senior Cup Gentlemen Final for round 4 here at Genk.